Hello, everyone. Welcome to Just the Tip, the show where we raw dog any and every topic as suggested by you, our audience. I'm Monty.
And I'm King Benjamin Cage.
King.
Stay moist.
Always stay moist, guys. All right, so we're here for episode 1. Unfortunately, that means we don't have any topics as suggested by you guys. So suggest in the comments what you want us to talk about for next episode. Now, I did have an idea, and we're going to play a little game called Would You Rather. So, I pulled up here 15 questions that are Would You Rather questions, and we're going to see what King would rather do.
Ooh. Well, we're gonna see what you'd rather do too. This got to reciprocate. You can't just do one of us and make us
No,
one of us look like idiots.
no, I'm a selfish lover, okay?
We're,
I
we're
don't
both
reciprocate.
idiots. We're gonna
I don't
figure out who's the
reciprocate.
bigger idiot here.
All right, guys, we're going to figure out who's the bigger idiot. It's
I'll steal the crown on this one too.
me. All right, question 1. Would you rather eat ice cream flavored poop or eat poop flavored ice cream?
All right. I'll field this one first. I would have to say I would eat the poop flavored ice cream because if you actually eat poop, you can get deathly ill.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. I mean, I've never eaten poop before. It's just something that I don't think I want to do.
It's almost like voting Democrat or Republican. Would you rather this turd or this thing that tastes like turds?
That's right, guys. It's November 8th today, so if you haven't already, make sure you go out and vote for which turd you want to roll with. Rolling turds.
I vote neither. Next question.
All right. So the poop flavored ice cream wins. All right. Looks like
Wow.
59% of people voted for poop flavored ice cream.
I mean, there's 41% of the people that also vote at the polls that I would not want to share at a government with. But go ahead.
All I know is both of these people appear to want to eat some ass because they like the taste.
Lick the copper penny. The balloon knot. Anyways, next question. Fuck.
All right, I'll go first on this one. Would you rather orgasm every time you fart or fart every time you orgasm? I'm going to go with orgasm every time you fart. Because, let's put it this way. Chili becomes a much better time. Come on.
Oh my.
Like, you haven't been laid in a while? Just eat a can of beans. You take care of yourself. Not in
That's
that way,
a
but
lot of fucking cleanup, bro. I don't know, man. That's oh.
wait. So is it like for every every single one in the fart? Is that an orgasm?
Dude,
Or is it just every one, like if you have like a 30-second fart, is that still only
I,
one
it
orgasm?
doesn't have a time restraint on it, so I would just say it was every time you pass gas, you would slang yogurt, or in a female's case, get the waterfalls going. Um, ugh. But yeah, but I mean, if you're getting doing a horizontal hula or whatever position it is that one prefers or two prefers or three or more, and that you're in the act of doing it and you just start stanking up the Jones. Yeah, that's you're not gonna get laid often unless some weird motherfucker's into that shit.
Well, apparently 41% of people or 59% of people like the taste of poop, so
Man, these things are fucking correlating.
Oh,
I would have to say I would rather orgasm every time I farted.
all right. So it
I
looks
mean,
like
dude, I would eat a lot of fucking beans, bro. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
exactly.
how was your day today?
Hold
Fucking
on, I'll
moist
let you
as
know.
fuck.
Oh, it was amazing now.
All right, shit myself, came myself, put up some wallpaper with it.
All right, so it looks like 58% of people agree with us. Actually, this reminds me of a joke. I'll leave it up to you to decide if it's a good joke or not. Not original. Gonna point that out. So, this dad takes his son to a brothel. His son's a virgin, and his dad is a real great dad. So he's like, guess what I'm getting you for your 18th birthday? Not your virginity. So he takes him to a brothel.
Mhm.
And the kid picks out the escort. They go up to the room, and he has no idea what he's doing.
And he ate beans beforehand, so this is gonna be a good fucking time.
A lot of beans. So he doesn't know what he's doing, and she asks him what he likes. He's like, I don't know. I've never done this before. So she's like, well, how about we try a 69? And he's like, okay. So they 69, and the girl farts, and she's like, oh, she's really embarrassed, but the kid doesn't say anything. After a little while, she ends up farting again. And she's like wondering what the heck's going on. So she's like, hey, are you okay back there? Because he doesn't say anything. She just farted in his face twice.
Right.
And the kid goes, yeah, I'm fine, but I don't know if I can take 67 more of these.
Wow. 67 more. I don't know. Is she orgasming while she's farting? So, like,
Who knows? Like, this is taking a weird turn, but as long as she was moist the whole time, right?
he's moist too now by default. Next question.
All right. All right, you're first on this one, I believe. Would you rather know when you're going to die or know how you're going to die?
I would rather know how I was going to die, because if you know when you're going to die, you're going to do all kinds of weird shit to prevent it. And that way, if I knew how I was going to die, I could try to prevent it, but still, it's still inevitable. But like knowing when you're going to die, like I don't know, you got to wrap everything up, tie all your loose ends, and eat some motherfucking beans that day.
All the beans.
All the beans. So I would pick knowing how I was going to perish.
See, it's an interesting, like, it seems like it's a dichotomy, but it's to me it's kind of like the same things. If you know when you're going to die, that might be better than knowing how, because if you know how, you're going to try and avoid that at all times.
Died from eating too many beans.
There's 67 more, and
Yeah.
literally. But the thing is, with like knowing how, you're gonna try to avoid what it is. But what if it's like you're gonna die while crossing the street? Are you just gonna never cross the street again? But if you know when, then you could live life to its fullest without really any fear until that time comes.
It's a good perspective.
No.
But you know when, like you just don't you don't know how, but you know when.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more fear of it. The anticipation of death is far worse than death itself. So knowing when would be kind of scary.
Yeah.
So that's why I took the other.
Like it's interesting. But that's the only thing that gets me. Like, what if it's like you're gonna die, in a car accident? Well, do I never drive again or take the bus? If I never get in a car ever again, do I live forever?
Mm.
Or is a car gonna randomly, by some fluke, go flying off the road through my house and kill me? Interesting.
That would be yeah. I
that might make for a great comic book.
I'd rather. Well, that's definitely fucking. Well, they did that actually in the last season of Lucifer. I don't know if you ever watched that, but like,
no, it's on
like
my list.
Lucifer was gonna die on this day, and da 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 da, and he did everything he could to kind of like prevent it. But yeah.
So, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna rather know how.
Oh, he flopped.
Yeah.
He flopped.
Yeah, you flopped me. You flipped me over.
Oh, I just burped in the mic.
He had beans.
Wait. Yeah, dude, I would belch all day if that was the case.
All right, so this is a 49-51 split.
I mean, both are very good valid points. They probably had the same takes we had.
All right, this one's for me. Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life or constantly feel like you have to sneeze?
Oh, that's easy as fuck.
Okay, so I had hiccups one time. We were having a party. It was 2 hours straight. I had the hiccups, and I was trying to couldn't talk, playing the game, and it was like that the entire time, and it was terrible. My friends thought I was possessed by like a demon or something.
Right.
But constantly feeling like you have to sneeze, I don't think no, because like I don't like edging. I don't like edging like that.
No, sneezing's fucking. I mean, I don't mind sneezing,
But like when you can't sneeze
dude. The
for the
ultimate
rest of
orgasm:
your life.
sneeze, fart. There it is. We'll call it a snort. Yeah, not hiccups. That would be fucking terrible.
You're gonna go with the
That would be
stuff.
terrible. I would definitely want to feel like I'd had to constantly sneeze.
I'm gonna go with the hiccups because it
You
doesn't
sound like
say.
Max Headroom and shit. You couldn't even do a podcast, but or sound like a remix of some fucking
You know what?
yeah.
I guarantee you somebody somewhere would pay for an OnlyFans of someone constantly trying to talk and hiccuping the whole. Someone somewhere
Yeah,
is weird
like
enough to
it's
pay
called
you for that.
stuttering, isn't it?
Called what?
Stuttering, isn't it?
Stuttering?
Like people that stutter, like
No,
that's their hiccup.
stuttering. Is it's did 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 diff diff did diff diff
Oh my. The remix
remix.
coming to a nightclub near you.
Oh,
All right,
we'll get Stoobs to remix it.
right?
I'm gonna go with the hiccups.
Odd choice.
Oh, I'm in the minority
Yeah,
like usual, but oh well.
there it is.
I'm slightly beige.
Oh shit. Skin tone.
All
I'll read the
right,
next one
all
and
right.
I'll answer it first. Would you rather have chopsticks for hands or have office chair wheels for feet? Wow, that's weird. Well, can't self-satisfy with chopsticks for hands.
If you're small enough.
I will mm, I will mojo from Marvel Comics this shit and have office chair wheels for feet.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because at least with the office chair wheels, like you can still get around and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
not quite normal. Like steps would be a pain in the ass. You like, did they have locks on them so that you could go up
You
steps?
get where you're going fucking fast, but then again, you couldn't like
It'd be kind of like having those Heelys. Remember
yeah,
back like,
yeah,
but just all the time.
yeah. What are you gonna do with chopsticks for hands?
I
Like
mean,
poke people in the eye?
yeah,
Yeah.
like I just don't think you'd ever be able to get anything
I mean, it'd
done.
be cool if you wanted to scratch your own back or whatever, but like
Yeah,
you couldn't do anything, man.
I
You couldn't
mean,
like
might be able to
slap
write.
nobody, pick up a burger, pick up a drink.
Have to live your life using straws. Those poor
And how
turtles.
would you clean up? How would you clean up all your fartgasms with
Well,
chopstick
first you
hands?
stop eating the beans, then you get a bidet.
Oh my goodness. You'd be like Edward chopstick hands. Like,
Yeah. Now, so we're gonna go with the office chair. All right,
88%.
let's go.
Wheeling it up.
All right, the next one. Would you rather have the brain of a squirrel but still be human? I know some people like that. Or have the brain of a human but be a squirrel? I'm gonna go with the brain of a squirrel because ignorance is bliss. You know what? I know quite a few people who are about as smart as a squirrel, and they seem to get by just fine.
And they're all out voting today. Um, have the brain of a human but be a squirrel. I'm trying to think of what you could accomplish as a squirrel and a squirrel's like little mech
The only thing you could,
with a human brain. Like what?
you know what I would do?
Like Pinky in the brain, but in squirrel form, but like just the brain, no Pinky.
You know what I would do?
Hmm.
I would find a big titty goth, and I'd look all cute and have her adopt me as a pet and just sleep on her chest for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but also think about this: like you're not attracted to other squirrels, so your sex life is shot.
Oh, I
Like
don't
I ain't
have a
fucking
sex
out.
life
That's a
as it
squirrel.
is.
Well, you're a squirrel. Um,
So would that be bestiality in that point? If you're a
I
human,
identify as human, but I am a squirrel. My pronoun is nut. Um, nuts. No, I don't know, man. That's a really fucked up position to be in.
well, that's like that question you see on the internet sometimes, where it's like, if you could go back to being like 6 years old but have all your memories and all that, like I feel like that would be kind of be like a living
And
hell.
reroute your life,
Yeah, but like I feel like that would be a living hell. Like
but as a
imagine,
squirrel.
yeah, but except you'd be as like imagine being 6 years old and trying to convince your parents to buy Bitcoin. It'd be kind of like the same thing. Like if you're in a squirrel body, like you try and do anything. Plus, you got to watch out for hawks and shit.
Yeah, I don't know what you could accomplish with the squirrel being your vessel.
Maybe plant a few trees.
I
Those acorns.
yeah, dude, I don't know. Would I rather be a dumbass human or would I rather be a smart fucking squirrel? I guess like I got to give the smart squirrel a try.
You're gonna go squash squirrel.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go smart squirrel, secret squirrel.
All right.
So everybody picked the secret squirrel.
Hmm.
Nobody wanted to be an idiot. Huh.
Well, the problem with that
Well,
is
25% of the people wanted to be an idiot.
a lot of people that are idiots don't
Monty's one of
realize
them.
they're idiots. Oh no,
Huh?
I realize I'm an idiot sometimes.
I am by choice.
By choice. The school system decided for me, but it's still a choice.
I implanted. I implant my humor. I know when to scale it up and scale it back. So it's all by design. All right, I'll read the next one. Would you rather be surrounded by people who brag all the time, or would you rather be surrounded by people who complain all the time? Man,
Both would piss me off
oh,
all the time.
highly, highly. I mean, I have my highlight reels.
I think I would
Um,
rather though be surrounded by people who brag because if people are complaining and being depressing all the time, that's going to make me depressed too. Whereas if people are like, "Hey, I just got this new Corvette." I'm going to take that as motivation to go out and,
you can brag about dumb shit too, though. It doesn't have to be like something like not everybody's gonna have their fancy the same.
true. Like
Yeah.
I blinked 79 times in 1 minute before.
I ate 15 cans of beans and orgasm 432 times today.
Uh, yeah,
That
both
was
sound.
called the hazmat team to clean it all up.
Oh, I would
Oh,
not
yeah,
want
I
to
don't want to
clean
hear
that.
anybody nag either. Just on the fucking the bring me down shit. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
I guess we'll listen to fucking people on their self-proclaimed bravado.
It looks like 57% of people agree with us.
Yep.
All right. Would you rather speak every language fluently or play every instrument perfectly? Does the skin flute count as an instrument? Because if so, that's a major point there.
There's very there's so many good things you could do with both. Like, 'cause if you could play every instrument perfectly, you'd be set financially. Like you just go out and nail it,
But
like perform for whoever. And
as
but if
far
you
as
could
financial
speak,
goes, though, either way, I think
yeah,
financially you're
yeah,
gonna be
definitely. But like
set.
you could be an entertainer and play music, any instrument. Like you'd be like Prince essentially.
Or you could be like Lizzo and twerk with a flute.
Oh my.
Just because
Ugh.
you can play the instrument perfectly doesn't mean people will like the act.
Oh my. Yeah.
Which she's actually a classically trained flautist, I heard, which is
Really.
why she was allowed to play that. Was it James Madison's? I believe it was.
The more you know.
The
Um,
more you know.
Speak every language fluently. That means like if you're in an elevator with a bunch of people and they're talking, you can tell if they're talking shit about you. And then you could also insert yourself in any demographic and you'll understand what they're talking about and you can assimilate rather well.
You might be able to bring about world peace.
Yeah. I would only for my own, and I love music, but I'm also very articulate when I speak, so I would actually pick the language just for selfish needs.
I would pick the language. I think. Well, I'm already bilingual, and like it's cool. Like I speak Arabic as well,
Hmm.
but like I almost never use Arabic.
Right. Well,
Like
because where you're at,
yeah.
you're
So I mean, being able to speak every language, but actually I do kind of rap. I got a song wait coming for you guys.
oh
We're gonna
boy.
play a song later, my own
I get
song.
to first take review this shit.
I'd have to go with the
Do you rap it in
instrument.
English or Arabic?
You're gonna have to find out.
Oh man, you better do both. If not, we're getting in the studio. I know somebody with a studio.
Dude, let's do it.
I'm down.
I need.
Teach me how to rap in Arabic, sir.
Hey, teach me how to rap. Teach me how to rap.
Right?
I'm gonna go with the instrument. Well, I believe this question was for you,
Only
right?
because he likes playing the skin flute.
Yeah, the skin flute. That's a major plus.
Never misses a beat.
Oh,
Ah,
most people want to
79% have
be
taken
able to
my angle.
communicate with other people. Nice.
Moist.
All right, you got the next one.
All right. Would you rather own a cat that has a human face or own a dog that can speak English?
Dog,
Dog, all
dog,
fucking day.
dog.
I
Don't even
love
have
cats. I'm a Leo. I don't own them because I don't want to pay for them to take a shit in my house.
like that would be so creepy. Like it's got the face of a human
Yeah.
and like it's just staring at you.
I mean, yeah,
It's
and it
like
wouldn't really even be a cat anymore. It'd be like,
it'd be a
oh, some
sphinx.
mythical being that just shits in a litter box.
Well, it'd be a sphinx. That's what that is.
Uh,
Well.
a
Is a sphinx a
sphinx.
cat or is it like
Right.
a leopard, a lion? Well, not a leopard, but like a lion. I mean, it's a type of cat. It's not like a house cat. Basically, it's like, do you want to own a sphinx? Is what it's asking, or do you want to own a dog that
Yeah, a
talks?
dog that can speak English.
I
Imagine
know.
like fucking some Family Guy dog walking around, or I'll even take a Scooby Doo.
Well, if I'll take Scooby. If it's Brian Griffin is the dog,
Yeah.
I might have to go with the cat. Like that'd get so annoying.
I don't know.
Like if
Like you
it's like
communicate
like
with your dog. Your dog can reason with you. I'll take that.
like that's like is the dog smarter now because it speaks English, or is it just still just the dog brain, but it just also can talk?
Yeah, yeah.
But either way,
That's
I'm going
there's
with the
nothing
dog.
attractive about the cat with a human face, really.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, see, 2% of people
yeah.
don't want, or 2% of the people want a cat with a human face.
Those were my Egyptian cousins.
Awkward.
Okay. Would you rather fight 100 angry third graders or fight a bear that has two sharks for arms?
You don't really get street cred beating on third graders, even if there's 100 of them, and that would get exhausting. So I'm going to take my chances to fight the bear with two sharks for arms because if I come out victorious, which I might be able to out mobilize them and outsmart it, but if not, I'm going to die quicker. So yeah, I'll take the bear with two shark arms. Bearnado,
Bearnado, yes.
shark, or yeah,
That's gonna be
Bearnado,
our original movie in
Bearnado,
production starting
Bear
tomorrow.
Nako, like a bunch of bears naked with shark arms.
Or like when they can swim because they got the shark arms,
Yep,
or and then they can run on
dude, that'd be
land too.
fucking
Like they'd be
crazy, dude.
amphibious.
The amount of fish they could capture doing that.
Okay, so would they eat the fish with their shark arms, or would they eat it themselves though? Like are their shark arms just like the faces of a
I
shark?
think like yeah, it would be like kind of like Tiamat from fucking Dungeons and Dragons had the three heads or whatever. Is it six heads? I don't know, but like they all share the same stomach. I would assume. I don't know which one tastes better.
So, how old is the typical third grader?
Third grader would be like eight. Yeah,
108 years.
8 or 9. Yeah,
Okay. You figure it only takes one hit.
that's a lot of fucking
Or
OCY calls, man. We got to report that you beat up 100 third graders, sir.
shh, yeah,
You're
shh.
doing
We
jail
got a
time for that.
report coming
You're doing
in.
jail time for that, and you're probably gonna
100
get
third
fucked up.
graders have just been beaten up by a 5'6" Arab man.
Yeah.
All units on the scene. But I
Yeah.
think you have a much better chance of survival though against 100 third graders because like they're coming at you and you just go boom,
But
boom,
that's a
boom,
hundred.
boom.
That's 100.
It would be tiring, but I
It
feel
would be,
like
yes.
the odds of victory are better than a freaking bear with shark arms.
One, you're beating on third graders, so that's nothing satisfying from that, and no one's ever gonna go, wow, well, you just beat up 100 third graders, like you're a piece of shit.
But this isn't about
You
strength.
fought a bear, but you fought valiantly, and it had shark arms, and you lost, or you fought a bear that had shark arms, and you somehow fucking won. Yeah, I just got to take the high ground on that one. I can't kill younglings.
Well, it never said anything about killing the younglings.
What are you fighting them? Like,
Yeah,
what's it take to take them out?
like I said, it's just one hit apiece. Like I feel
It
like
doesn't say that though.
I'm just saying,
Like these motherfuckers are still coming, 100 strong.
yeah, I mean, like they have a chance of
At what point do you die? How do you
like they have
how
a
do you
great
become
chance
victorious?
of like just mobbing you, but like you'd have. So there's this old fighting technique where when you're fighting a group of people, you run first, and because different abilities, different people are going to catch up at different rates. And then if you can find like an alleyway or something to squeeze them so that they can't all come at you at once.
Hmm.
So I feel like if you can employ that kind of strategy,
Also, if you
then,
lose, you get your ass beat by some third graders.
well,
Use a bitch.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
gonna.
like the
I
odds of
gotta go shark.
victory are higher with that one though. But I feel like with the Baronado, you're even if you win, like you're probably still gonna die from the wound. Like if it's about just living, I think.
Think about the dexterity of a bear with shark arms. Like they're on their twos. They're on their toe. Like unless they have like fucking four shark arms, I'm thinking they would have two. But are we counting the hind legs as fucking arms too? Like if they're not gonna be really mobile. So like, is he on his
Yeah.
belly with just a bunch of fucking sharks flopping around for extremities?
Yeah.
I, I don't know, but I still
Yeah, it's such a. There's
I don't
too
know.
many. I'm
I'll,
gonna go with the 100 angry third graders because I feel like you know what.
I'm not a child abuser. We're gonna go with Baronado.
Okay, I don't think you should abuse your kids, but you give them a little smack when
Somebody
they're
else's
acting out of
kids, as
line.
long as there's 100 of them.
Someone
Teasing.
else's kids.
Right, right. Send your brats to fucking Monty.
I'll discipline them for you. Oh,
Wow.
88%.
Yeah,
See,
someone's afraid of dying on the
see,
high ground.
see, people don't want to fight a bear, let alone a
I
bear
don't
that's
want to
got shark
punch fucking
arms.
100 third graders either.
Yeah, but it's like
You're
one
talking about the guy that
Well,
anytime I'm in
you've had
Target
kids.
or in Walmart and I'm looking at a child, like a toddler, or even a little bit older than a toddler that's like in the cart and the mother or the father or whatever parental guardian is looking the other way and they're like standing up in a cart and that cart's ready to wheel out from underneath them. Like literally this year I've saved 8 children from like probably going to the emergency room because like these fucking parents aren't paying attention. So I have a soft spot for the kids. I will lose or maybe become victorious against the Baronado. So I'll be that happy 12%.
Okay. Well, I've never had kids, so I don't know what it's like to love a child. So I'm
But
sticking with my
he has a
answer.
bear and sharks, so he loves them and he's not going to fight them.
I was actually raised in a cave.
There it is.
Can't swim though, so I've never met a shark.
Oh shit.
All right.
Get a hand job from that bear. Is this me or you?
Oh, this is you, I think. Yeah.
Would you rather give up oral sex for the rest of your life or give up cheese for the rest of your life?
Ooh, I do
Cheese
love my cheese, but
cheese is cheese is very fucking hard to quit. It actually targets the same receptors in your brain that opiates target. So it's like it's harder to quit eating cheese than it is to quit smoking cigarettes.
yeah, I didn't know that. I do
But
know sugar does that. I didn't know
yeah,
cheese did that.
cheese as well. Cheese is very fucking wow.
See,
It's terrible for you,
so the oral sex
but
though,
it's so
it's
satisfying.
like who is it? Is it a girl that's just
Are you
all
giving up
teeth?
receiving it and
Like
giving it?
like let's just say you're giving it like any sort of oral sex, receiving
So if
orgasm.
someone's shouting "fuck you" or you shouting "fuck you" to them, it does. You're not allowed to do that either.
It's not oral sex. That's
It's coming
swearing.
out of your face. And you're saying "fuck you." It sounds like a derogatory offer. If I had the choice, and it would take tremendous willpower, and you're talking to a guy that was a vegetarian for 3 years. You're talking to a guy that quit smoking cold turkey and hasn't smoked a cigarette in 14 years. I would give up the cheese because, yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to give up the cheese
oral
too.
sex, man.
Yeah, giving
That
up
one's going to be.
cheese.
Wait, before you even click it, I'm going to predict. Let's predict the number here.
Okay,
I'm going to say that giving up the cheese is going to be in the 90 percentile.
90 percentile.
Yes, because who
Can't
doesn't like
I can't well
some brain?
hmm, can't really argue with it being in the 90 percentile. I think at worst it would be the 70th percentile. Like at worst.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. Let's check it. Wow,
Ah,
just under 70, but
well, you know what this tells me? It tells
um,
me 28.9 thousand people don't get oral sex as it is.
or the people that are giving it suck, not good.
All teeth, all teeth. Oof. All right. So we only got a few left here, so
Oh,
coming down to the end. All right, this one, I
Jesus
got this one.
Christ.
So, would you rather shit out a watermelon
Oh, dude,
or piss out a golf ball? Oof.
dude, the urethra's hella
Oof.
small, man.
Yeah. Like the ratio of like the size of the orifice to the size of the object, the
Mm-mm-mm.
ratio is much worse pissing out a golf ball.
Well, that is almost the equivalent of like childbirth for men is like pissing out an orange,
Yeah.
like what girls do.
Yeah, like kidney stones, they
Shitting out a
say.
watermelon, though, that's dude, that that will wreck the
Oh.
sphincter. The sphincter would be like a fucking hallway, bro.
The thing is, like either way, like you're talking mutilation.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's not an easy heal.
Now,
Now,
do
do
you
you
get
get
to
to
train
train
your
your
butthole?
butthole?
See, I was gonna say
Like the girls
because
out there, like with the beads and shit, and they like gradually, stretch that shit out, and then,
yeah,
then they're in videos and motherfuckers throwing show Ryukins up in there.
yeah. So because like that, I feel like you could train for that
Yeah,
because like when
cannot
like
train for pissing out a golf
yeah,
ball. There's
yeah,
no
because
training for
the
that.
rectum is elastic.
Going to Planet Fitness today. We're gonna do Kegels so I can piss out a golf ball.
All right, guys. First thing you want to do, suck everything in. Come on,
All right,
squeeze it up in there.
cut that piss off midstream. No,
Be
ugh,
a
fuck that.
man.
Yeah, that's a big kidney stone, bro. And yeah, like we'll do the
Oh,
anal training, I suppose. Gross. I don't like either one of those, but
I gotta go with the watermelon just
ugh.
because like, you could train for that.
Yeah. No, I won't enjoy the training, but
Now, God, imagine explaining that to your friends.
right,
Like, hey, what'd you do Friday night? So there's this thing coming up. I'm uh, I'm working out, getting ready for it.
right. It's this watermelon shitting event, shitting for distance.
Like a hot dog eating contest, only in complete reverse.
Wow. This next
Um,
question is weird. Is that me or you?
this is you.
Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or fight one horse-sized duck?
See, I feel like this is just like the bear. This
It
is
is.
exactly the same thing. Like, I think your chances of actually winning are better against 100 duck-sized horses. Because a duck's what? This big?
Yeah.
Like, you'd be just kicking those things all over the place. I mean, they're even smaller than third graders.
Yeah. And then you got to worry about PETA either way.
PETA? No, not you,
Fight.
PETA. PETA?
Right.
Remember that Family Guy
PETA
clip?
bread, PETA pocket. Fight one horse-sized duck.
When's the last time you were up next to a horse? They're
Dude,
big.
that's a big fucking duck, man.
Yeah.
What is
And it can
what are its?
fly. And the duck can fly. Like, it'd be circling you. Like,
It could just land on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you wouldn't be able to even
The
hit it.
challenging part of me wants to fight the fucking the one horse-sized duck.
Yeah, I think I'd rather fight the horse-sized duck than the bear. Like, because at least like with that, like you could find some coverage and whatnot, and like
It like fucking peck you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's a
I
big
think a
fucking
hundred
duck, bro.
duck-sized horses like that,
Yeah, you're probably gonna win the 100 duck thing. You could just go out and just start
stomping them.
punting motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Because like I feel like 100 actual ducks would be more difficult than 100 duck-sized horses. It's like those things can fly. Like they'd be coming up, pecking at your face and whatnot.
duck size horse.
Just be
Yeah,
stomping those things. Boom,
yeah,
boom.
but they got the horse teeth. They don't have the strength of the horse because they're a duck size.
Yeah, and they're not gonna have the speed either because their stride is gonna be so much.
They might be fast, dude. They might overwhelm you. 100 motherfuckers just like all over you, all at once.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's that.
I think against a horse-sized duck, you just have no way of.
You can run for cover.
Yeah, like you can
There's
run for
shelter.
cover,
Yeah, you can like
but like you have no way of actually
you could
winning.
gouge. You could like one fatal stab wound with a stick or some type of object. You could actually win that one. Whereas 100 ducks might just fucking overrun you. Or oh wait, 100 size
100 ducks
horses that were
horses.
the size of a duck. Yeah, they could overrun you, dude. I might actually.
Do I
I
get
think I just
shimmy
talked
bummed?
myself out of it. I want to fight the big boy.
Yeah, I'm starting to think.
You can get overrun by 100, like the fucking Preakness and shit, man. A
Yeah,
100
they'll just like
motherfuckers just
get you, and then they'll
stomping on your
start coming
peener
up
and your
on you.
face and shit.
I feel like they might be faster than the third graders though, because they're horses.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, it's the same
So like you
number as
might
the
be able to
third
smack like
graders.
5 at one time, but the other 95 are pecking at your dick and shit. Or no, wait, horses
Mine
stomping on your dick,
Mine doesn't hang that low.
using their cluckers, biting your shit. Yeah, but they'll be like fucking World War Z where they just climb over top of each other to overtake you, man. I don't know. I might fight the big boy.
Let's go with the big boy on
I'll
this
go with big boy.
You know, we went with the 100 on the last one. Oh, about another 50 almost.
That's 54% dead motherfuckers by miniature fucking horses.
All right, King. Would you rather sweat milk or have to bathe in baked beans every day for a year?
That's the only option is to bathe in baked beans.
Yeah, because at least that's just for a year. But if you're sweating
Is it like milk or is it almond milk? Can I get to pick?
Show me the nipple on an almond.
Yeah.
I have nipples. Can you milk me?
Hey, Armand has nipples. He goes by almond.
Almond? Armand has it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's Armand milk.
Armand milk.
We'll throw a picture up of our friend
When he drinks
Armand.
it, is it cannibalism? That should be a question on here.
If Armand drinks almond
sweat milk. That's weird. You get really yeasty and cheesy, dude. You probably get infections from that.
Talk about dick cheese.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of cheese. But bathing in baked beans can't be very sanitary either.
No.
And you'd be forced to eat some of them, which might give you some orgasms.
But nice call.
We're always circling back to that fucking thing.
We are never gonna let that one go.
At least for this fucking round of questions.
We'll bring it back in like a year when we're done with the baked beans.
Right.
I'd go with the baked beans though, because at least that's 1 year, whereas the milk, it's for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'll take that angle as well.
All right. I think Europe.
This question right here. Okay, and for our final question, would you rather lose a nipple or gain a nipple? Hands down, gain a nipple.
Yeah, you could always get it removed later.
Yeah, and it doesn't say where the nipple is, so that could
say
be
how big.
Doesn't be on your fucking forehead.
Is it like one of those nipples that's like a pancake like this?
Yeah, does it look like a fucking manhole cover?
Yeah.
So like a large areola.
All right. Gain a nipple.
I don't know if I had really large areolas, I might lose the nipple. If you got some big old shit looking like a flapjack just sitting there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of that fucking thing. But no, in my case, I'd rather gain the nipple.
Yeah, I'd rather gain one.
Weird final question. Gain the nipple. 42% of people have large areolas that they have no desire to keep.
God, imagine what that would be like to have your areola is like the size of your face.
I've seen them.
Like, yeah,
I've seen them. They're
like,
crazy.
It'd be like,
and like when you're on the bottom of them and shit, they're nuts because it's like you're like you're like a car, like the car wash where them big ass noodles come over and like smack your car to get them clean and shit. Yep.
You know what? I'd like to experience it sometime though.
Hey, you're a young buck. It'll happen.
Gotta explore my options.
Yep.
All right, so that brings an end to this BuzzFeed Would You Rather question. Very weird, right, guys? I had fun though.
Yeah, I dug it. That's pretty funny. Weird ass questions though.
Go down in the comments and let us know what your answers are. I'd love to hear them.
I wouldn't hear them. I'd read them. Ah ha.
All right, so I think it's time you listen to my song.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's get this out of the way. There's no video. It's just bottles.
I don't have any video editing skills.
If I keep popping bottles, then I might die. But popping bottles, that's when I feel alive. So I pop a bottle, brush it all to the side. Because popping bottles, that's when I feel alive. Pop the bottle, pass it round to all of my bros. Hit the club, get some shots, pass them to the hoes. People People asking Monty how you party all the time. Because popping bottles, that's when I feel alive. Emotions stay bottled, so these bottles stay popping. Growing old, never up, my hip won't stop hopping. I'm a rock star, and I gotta keep rocking. I'm a pop star, now they asking when I'm dropping. I hit the club, see some girls that I
got
know.
that
They
fucking
wanna
third
get
graders
together,
under
they
them in
wanna
the
strike a
background there.
pose. They wanna get together, they wanna click click. They wanna hit the bar, they wanna grab drinks. They wanna get me lit to the point I can't think. They wanna get lit to the point they can't think. Take 'em to the head, now these mistakes getting made. End of the night, we just trying to get laid. If I keep popping bottles, then I might die. But popping bottles, that's when I feel alive. So I pop a bottle, brush it all to the side. Because popping bottles, that's when I feel alive. Pop the bottle, pass it round to all of my bros. Hit the club, get some shots, pass them to the hoes. People asking Monty how you party all the time. Because popping bottles, that's when I feel alive.
Wow. Before we get copyright stricken on that, that is actually Monty doing that. So I don't know how we prove that, seeing this as our first YouTube video, but yeah, no, it's actually pretty good, very good.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I'm shocked that that came out of you. Actually, like, it's pretty funny. Like, I look at you, I just don't. The sense of humor is there, but I want to see the video for it.
See, I was thinking that it would make like a great video. So everyone do me a favor. I'm gonna put the link in there. Go down, go watch it. Let's get the views up. We got a couple thousand views on it. We can make some money to do a video shoot because we'll do it at Big Bar.
Oh, or we won't.
Oh,
We'll see.
we'll see.
It's
All right,
possible.
we'll see. But possible video coming at Big Bar if we get let's see. How many views do you think? If we
I don't know what that would take to financially sustain, and I'd also have to ask
Well-
if that is doable.
Well, the
before
only
we
thing
go.
we would need is like maybe one more is like a mic, one of those big mics like this.
Yeah.
Like so, I think if it gets to like 2,000 to 3,000 views,
Yeah.
I think it'd be worth doing a whole video for it.
Well, if it got enough shares or even that, like, I'm not opposed to buying the apparatus need be. But as for where it would be filmed, like that'd be something I'd have to. I mean, we could figure something out, but
We know other people with bars.
yeah,
We
we have
can.
to. Yeah, it's a consent thing. So,
By all
but
means,
yeah,
no,
that
that's
was
right.
Monty's greatest hit so
Well,
far.
my greatest hits so far. I do have a couple other. They're not as good. I will admit that. You know, one of them's a little depressing, but it's more of an introspective kind of thing. And the other one, I was messing around. I need to do a remix for it.
Word.
But
I've got some studio shits, some stuff I've done, but like you ain't gonna find it on YouTube. Not yet.
yeah, so when he finds his CDs, we're gonna go ahead and play one of his songs next time, and I will react to it. So hit the link, go get a couple thousand views on there, and we'll have a video for it if you liked it. All right, so we got the Would You Rathers. Played my song and you were pleasantly surprised. That makes me feel really good about
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, it was good.
I've got a few more clubby songs in the hits.
Clubby songs.
Yeah, they're working. I do a lot of work. So we decided to go on Twitter, and I didn't know this.
Teslaverse.
Teslaverse. What?
Well, Elon bought it. It's Teslaverse now. I mean, it's still Twitter, but
Oh,
I call it Teslaverse.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that. I'm like, the lottery ticket?
Oh,
I was confused. But so I didn't know that the Powerball was over $2 billion. I would have bought a ticket.
after taxes, that shit ain't 2,000 or 2 million or 2 billion. Ugh.
So why don't we go in here and see what the Powerball payout what is? Okay, let's see here. Few prizes for what day was that? drawn on
I
Saturday?
have no idea.
Yeah, Powerball is on Saturday. Okay, yeah. We're looking at this one. $2 billion. There was one jackpot winner.
Dude, that is one rich motherfucker.
Trying to figure
Yeah, I
out
want
what
to know what the take home is after the state
that's what I'm
pillages
trying.
and rapes their buttholes.
That's what I'm trying to see. Let's go back here. There is a payout calculator. Okay, I think this is what we're looking for. So usually when you take the cash amount,
Yeah,
it's about 65%, I think, of what the jackpot prize is.
that's still a lot of money, but still, you're like, if they're saying you won that much, let's be honest.
Just
Like, this is
think,
what this is your take home.
yeah, just think that it's more like a quarter of whatever's being advertised after taxes and everything. So
Lotto payout calculator.
the lump
Oh,
sum.
it goes by state too, so you got to figure, yeah,
Yeah.
like wherever that winning ticket was sold at, that's where you're going to get bent over at.
So I don't quote me on this, but there are states that uh, they don't have an income tax, but there are other states, and I don't know if PA is one of them, that they don't apply income tax to lottery winning or winnings like that. There's other taxes involved,
Yeah.
but state income tax isn't applied to it. So in Florida, according to this lotterycritic.com, your lump payout after taxes would be $741,760,000.
So that's subtracted from, what was it, 2.4 billion? Was that the right number?
2.04 billion. So 2 billion 40
What
million.
constitutes a billion? There's a couple zeros missing there, and that's all they're walking away with is 741 million.
Well, so if we pull up a calculator here.
We'll do it on the screen so everybody can see.
Yeah, I might have to add this. Okay, so let's get you.
Make sure you have the right amount of zeros in there.
Had There we go. Yep. Okay. $2,040,000,000. So
How many zeros is that? Like after that too?
after how many spots? One,
Yeah.
2, 3, 6, 7, 9.
9. And in a million, there's 6.
So a billion is 1,000 millions.
Right.
So yeah.
So like their only going home was 741 million.
Well,
was that what the number was?
741? Yeah.
And then
so
excess.
we can figure out what that's in Florida where there's no state income tax.
Right, but like that's the pay the OG payout is 200
So
200 billion, and then that point 0.04 or whatever.
And let's see what this Omni calculator. This might give us. Okay, so the gross payout.
Because I would argue that the state won the fucking lottery.
The state always wins.
But right there, dude, like here's a brand new fucking car, and we're not going to give you the engine, the doors, the hood, but it's brand new. Okay. We're going to take all that shit. You just got to but no. Maybe not to that degree, but like that's a lot of fucking money that they take via tax.
Okay. All right. 2,040,000,000. The lump sum would be 1.428 billion. So $612 million you lose because you're taking it in a lump sum.
Yeah.
Now your federal tax rate is going to be 24%. So you're losing $342,720,000 to federal tax.
Abolish the Fed.
That's the minimum at 24. It goes up to 37
in a row. Anybody get that reference? Little Clerks.
So it does go up to 37% if you're in the highest tax bracket, which this is going to be in that highest tax bracket. So in addition to that 342.7 million, you're going to be spending another $185.6 million on just federal taxes. Mm-hmm. So altogether, we're looking at about $520 million going to federal taxes out of it. Now, your state taxes, let's do Pennsylvania, because that's where we live.
Pennsylvania, if you're south of 90.
Good old Keystone State. So the state taxes in Pennsylvania would be $43.8 million. So your net payout, if you live in Pennsylvania, will be $855,836,328. I could live off that.
You could live off that, but look how much they ran away with.
But if you look at it, you're getting about 40% of what the original amount was.
Keep pulling the blue lever, kids.
Now, if you take it in annuity, you would have 1.2 billion paid over the course of 30 years. And here,
what would you do? There we go. That's another. Would you take the full payout, or would you take that monthly check?
So I would take that lump sum, because I can take that and just invest it in the S&P 500. For those that don't know, that is the 500 top companies in the United States. And over the course of stock market history, it's shown to return about 10% a year. Now, some years it's
you would garner wages off of interest.
Yes, I would invest that, and it'd be about 10% average yearly, and you can draw up to that 10%. But if you have it invested and you're making about 7%, let's say you pull 3% off, and you're making 7%, you should be able to double the money that you have in the course of about 10 years. Don't quote me exactly. There's a rule of 7 calculation when it comes to investing, and that's not really, like, we can do a whole episode on money if we want sometime, but basically I can double that money about every 7 to 10 years.
Right.
And so I have the 855, let's just say 800 to make it easy. In about 10 years or so, I can double that to 1.6 billion. Double that again in another 10 years or so, 3.2 billion.
Right.
Whereas I take it in yearly payouts, I'm only getting a total of 1.2 billion. You can make more
by doing it that way.
Yeah. And this is a super conservative investment. This isn't like putting stuff into startups or things like that. You're just going into the stock market with the top 500 companies, things like Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, ExxonMobil, Coca-Cola, these companies that are quote unquote too big to fail.
Right.
And over the course of time, especially those companies that are paying you dividends on a quarterly basis, if you're able, I like index funds, and there's a Charles Schwab fund. It pays you 3% a year in dividends. So, and that doesn't also account for what the stock price is going up. But you have, let's say, 800 million in there. Just in those dividends alone at 3%, that's $24 million a year
Yeah.
that's coming into you just like that. Now that's taxable under regular income tax,
Yeah.
but you can also just redo it, re-put it in there. So even after taxes, you sitting there making minimum like $1 million a month doing nothing,
Wow.
you know. And
That's moist.
oh, if that's not moist, all the women that'd be coming around for you after that. And that's why
Sure, it
lottery
wouldn't
winners
just
end
be
up
women.
broke
It'd be
so
like
much.
family members you didn't know you had, and
Yeah, that happens all the time. Like you get a
oh
little bit of
yeah.
money, suddenly like your fourth
You know what I would
cousin.
do with it? I would go as an FU to the state. Well, the Fed, anyways. And I would go buy all the food stamps I could buy and get money and get food half off. So I would do. I'd like, you double your investment. You take that payout and you buy whatever that number was for the payout, and you go buy that much in food stamps.
So I mean,
I'm teasing. I'm
you're
teasing.
looking at $1.7 billion in food.
That's a lot of fucking food, bro. That is some food pawns. And I want the old school paper ones too, so I could like pin them to my shirt on my birthday and go out.
Oh yeah.
I did that
Hey,
before.
it's my birthday.
I did that before when food stamps were paper, and this is how old I am. I went out to 3Ds, and I went out with like $30. It was my birthday, so I wasn't gonna bring a lot of cash with me. And I came home with like $80 because everybody's like, "Is that a fucking food stamp on your shirt?" Because everybody puts the money on their shirt and gets the money. Like, "Is that a fucking food stamp?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And they love the flex, and they were like, "Phew, phew." Bought me drinks, gave me money, and yeah, that's. I don't think anybody would get it now. I remember one time, uh, not digress, but transition into another conversation when paper food stamps were in circulation. I grew up in the Lower East, so like I wasn't, our family was not rich by any means. Um, but we took food stamps to the nightclub, or not nightclub, but the strip club. And this one chick was like, because we live in Pennsylvania, she's like, "Oh, you're from Canada." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "This is a Canadian dollar, right?" I'm like, "No, that's a foupon." Well, what's a foupon? A food stamp. Like you can go buy some food with that. She's like, and she happily accepted the shit out of it because she didn't know what it was. But yeah, that's. But back to that. That's that. The state takes a lot of your fucking your winnings.
So
They're the ones winning continuously though.
the birthday money on the chest. So I used to own a convenience store in downtown Erie. Hated it.
In the poorest zip code in the nation, 16501.
Which I didn't know that until he told me.
Yeah.
That's a good piece of information.
He was last week years old when he found out.
Yes. Yes, I was. So I hated it because as the poorest zip code, I saw a lot of, I'd like to say people, but no, crackheads. They were straight up crackheads. They'd be
Real
passing
crackheads.
out in my store. So all the time, like I would like it would be women. Like I'd never see men do it, but it was always women that would come in on their like, and they'd have like some dollars to there, and they're always like, "It's my birthday," and I'm like,
Wear that entitlement on your
"Cool,
breast, girl.
I have one of those too."
Yeah.
Like she's like, "You gonna give me some money?" I'm like, "No."
Oh, there's a fucking Twinkie. Hit the bricks, bitch.
And but see, when I say no, and then they'd get angry, it's like, "But it's my birthday," and that sense of entitlement comes out. And it's
Yeah.
like, really?
That's a very entitled zip
Like,
code because everything else is handed out. Like there's no incentive to work.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Again,
it's
pull that blue lever, kids. Not that I advocate pulling the red, but that's why you have the poorest zip code.
and I don't know. I started a Snapchat series actually called The Cracky Chronicles, and every time I'd have a crackhead come in and do something, I would have to document it, and I'd post it so everyone can see what I dealt with on a daily basis. And when I sold the place a little over a year ago, I had people texting me, "Hey, what happened to the Cracky Chronicles?" "Oh, I sold the place." No! Like people did not believe like the crap I saw.
Oh man,
Like
the corner of 6th and Ash for the better part of my life, and dude, yeah, I've stood in literal shootouts during the daytime, nighttime. people beating up their girlfriends on the yard. I've seen it all. I've seen people killed. Like it's that whole fucking neighborhood down there is, yeah, it's fucking. You see some shit.
Well,
And
nowadays,
you
Erie
ran a store
Insurance
in
is
it. Like,
buying everything up there.
what's that?
Erie Insurance is like buying everything there.
They're
It's
gradually
moving
moving that way
over.
over, yeah. But it's just gonna push all that into other areas.
You can push it into Harbor Creek. Looks of it.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at some real estate because like I like real estate, so sometimes like I'll check the listings like twice a week, maybe like once a week to twice a week. And I've noticed that a lot of those properties are starting to come up for sale in that Lower East Side there,
Yeah.
where you used to be. Like those people got to go somewhere,
Right.
and it just looked like you can see it. It's all migrating over.
And the way the housing market is right now, they really don't have a place to go because everything is twice as expensive as it was 2, 3 years ago. Like if you were going to go buy a house, or if a property owner was going to buy a house and rent it out, you're paying, and those people already don't have money to begin with. So where are you forcing them?
Exactly. I believe in 2020. So the housing market goes up like 3 to 4% every year. I believe it went up 18% in 2020, and then like another 12% or so in 21. Don't quote me on the exact amounts, but it shot up a ridiculous amount, and people got priced out of the market because that $150,000 house, which is kind of a standard 3.2 in this area, now it's 225, and
Yeah.
people can't afford an extra $75,000.
No.
So they start renting. Now you have everybody renting. Guess what? You have all this demand. Rent prices go up too.
Right.
And at some point, like those people, they have to go somewhere.
Well, I would like to, one of my series of shirts that I want to put out, policy creates poverty. And that's the fucking truth. And it starts through, um, legislation. It forces people into poverty. So, I mean, that's why we're at where we're at.
But trickle down economics, King.
Oh yeah, trickle down
No?
nuts. No, it does. That's crumbs. That ain't shit.
Yeah.
And both parties are fucking responsible for it too. So
Yeah, if you believe that your party is the good party,
yeah,
they've both fooled you.
yeah,
I'm a capitalist. I believe in the free market. I think the less involvement there is by the government in the free market, the better the market's gonna do.
oh yeah, definitely.
And that seems to have
The
been
only
the
free
case
market
throughout
now is the
history.
black market. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's sad, but at the same time, like that's just the way it is. Because there's everything else is scrutinized, looked at. You put more than $600 in your checking account, it's looked at. Like look.
Well, that
It's
never
like, well, all
actually
these other
passed.
motherfuckers stay rich. They're telling you how and when and where you could spend your money, and they want to keep eyes on you. So
So the $600 thing, that was suggested by Biden, but it never went through because people just like they're like, what are you talking about? Like, because here's the thing, like if they can look at your account, they have the ability to take stuff out of your account.
right, and you see what PayPal's doing now.
I saw they were doing something about was it a $2,500 fee?
Yeah, if you buy something like, and that's a slippery slope. If I remember.
But what was it originally for? I think
It was
like
if you
something.
were to purchase or buy something or like basically if you were to buy something from somebody that they deem as like a hate group or something like that, and that's like I said, slippery slope. But they just don't like you because you don't politically align with them. They could demonize you as a hate group. You could just like be anything other than lockstep with today's liberal bullshit. And they can go, yeah, you're a hate group, and then they can go, okay, you bought from this person who, publishes hate or sells hate, $2,500 fine. Like, so
yeah,
things like that.
Yeah, that like certain things are it's that is a hate, like that is a hate crime or a hate group, like. But when it becomes we decide what to fine you out, that's when it's the slippery slope.
Yeah.
Because first of all, that's got nothing to do with what PayPal is supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know, it's you can't be fining somebody because you don't like what it is that
That's
they're
why
saying.
people are jumping ship off them.
Yeah, like it's like obviously something like the KKK.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that is a hate group.
I mean, they're hardly. They're. I'm not saying they don't exist, but they're. It's not like the '60s where like they were so dominant and everywhere. Like they do exist and they're a shit group, guaranteed. But like they but like I said, they'll use like if you're not politically aligned with some of these entities, like Discord now is I guess is you know what Discord is, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
one of the servers where you could speak through and talk and use on
yeah,
you know
it's kind of like a private chat.
like a chat. If their policy changed, whereas if they see you off platform on another platform saying something else, they can, you know, demonetize you or boot you for that matter. But a lot of these things are going to collapse in on themselves, whether it be like PayPal or Discord, or because like if it's controlling of information.
Mm-hmm.
Like you remember what was going on in Canada when all the truckers kind of were like, "Fuck you, we're done with these mandates."
Yeah, because
Trudeau's a piece of
shut
shit.
everything.
They seized the assets of the people for the truckers or funded the truckers through not PayPal, through GoFundMe or whatever. They like this. They're trying to get off the dollar where they can centralize currency as a whole, and then like in China, your social acceptance, like how you're deemed in society, is your wealth, and that's what they're trying to do here. It's like a process. You're really watching like the fall of Rome in live time when it comes to that shit. But like all these platforms that have become like so useful in so many easy ways to pay for things are now telling you how and what to pay for.
Yeah.
So
So the China thing, this has nothing to do with everything, but I saw
uh-oh.
I saw this meme the other day. I don't ask me about the validity of it, but it does sound like something that could happen in China.
Mm-hmm.
That this girl was getting married, and her mom found out that the girl's fiance was her. Or no, it was a guy. He was getting married, and the woman found out that the guy's fiance was the daughter that she had given up for adoption years and years ago. Because they don't want to have girls.
That's like a Law and Order episode if I remember correctly.
Here's the thing, though. It was fine. They could still get married because the guy was originally adopted.
Yeah.
So they gave the daughter up and adopted a boy, and then later those two ended up falling in love. So
Yeah,
the
that's
mother
definitely a
is
Law and Order
also the
episode.
mother-in-law.
Union City moves to China.
Like I said, don't question me on the validity of it, but it sounds like something that could happen.
There's a lot of motherfuckers out there in a lot of situations. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we got onto that topic. That was a weird transition.
Well, like you mentioned China, and you know my brain does this. It's like a freaking metronome. It's just all over the
ADHD
place.
Monty in HD.
Oh no, I can finish thoughts.
No, so can I. It just takes me a while to
get back.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's kind of why I only have the one verse to my song, because like after I got the first verse done, I'm like, I'm not gonna make a verse that's better than this. Let me just do this.
It's like a little fucking mixtape entry. It's like one little
like
snippet. Here's a sample size of my talents.
Yeah, it's just the tip of my talents.
Just the tip.
All right, everyone. So we're in at about an hour and 9 minutes. I think that's pretty good for our first episode.
Not bad.
We covered quite a bit of information. We got a little educational at the end there, figuring out this Powerball stuff.
There wasn't anything else on there we were gonna do.
Well, we were gonna play Will You Press the Button, but that's basically the same thing as those questions that we found.
Yeah.
Those questions were better.
Yeah, questions were definitely better.
We can take a look at one of the two of these. Okay, will you press the button? You're green and blue all over, but people will forgive anything you do? Oh yeah, I'd push that.
I don't get it.
You're blue and green.
Okay.
but no matter what you do, people will forgive you. Like you could commit
All
any
right.
crime
Yeah.
and people
Okay.
won't
I
care.
was just kind of like, I don't get the color association, but okay.
It's just like
I get it now.
Yeah, it's like two completely random things every time.
It is better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
Yep. Huh. You can fly, but you can't speak anymore, and you tweet like a bird.
On Twitter?
No, like an actual bird, like.
But you can fly.
I can't tweet like a bird, but you can fly.
Now I like to talk.
I do too. That's why we're here.
Yeah. We can't like do a podcast from flying and tweeting unless it's just Twitter tweeting.
Well, 76% of people agree with us. All right, we'll do one last. You can drive any car you want, as fast as you want, anywhere, but you have to take turns every 13 minutes with a person you don't like.
I'm not pressing that button.
No. Yeah, that just sounds annoying.
Yeah.
But
risk rewards.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with it.
I don't want to deal with the person I don't like most in the world every 13 minutes. It's like imagine
Wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree.
Trying to drive to Pittsburgh would take like 10 hours, and it's 2 hours away from us.
Yeah.
Like every 13 minutes, you got to stop.
Is that what it means? You have to take turns.
You have to switch every 13 minutes.
So the person you don't like gets to drive.
Yeah, for 13 minutes, and then you switch again. You get 13 minutes.
Yeah, I don't see the attraction of driving fast, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. That's why.
Well, it's any car you want, and it's like, so like I like supercars. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's still just a piece of metal.
Right.
Now, I want a 20. My goal is a 2024 by the time I'm rich enough to have this car. So I want a 2024 version of the 3LT Corvette Stingray, black with red with black accents and black and red interior.
Moist.
Like, look up that car if you don't know it. It's beautiful.
Well, before we close out, why don't you look up that car, and we'll leave on a high note.
We'll look it up. So what happened was with these...
what had happened was...
So they brought people in from Lamborghini to redesign them, the Corvettes. So they look just like Lamborghini.
Yeah, a lot of the newer ones do.
Yeah. I think it was 2020 when they started doing this. Like, how beautiful is this? That's a 14.
Imagine having sex in the back seat of that bad boy.
Good thing I never have sex, because there is no back seat.
The caveat.
This is the 2022 version here.
Still hella moist.
So moist.
That top center one.
Oh, yeah. Oof, this one's a coupe.
Shit, that makes me want to eat beans and nut all over the place.
You know what? I'm going to make chili tonight.
Chili!
It's starting to get kind of cold out. I'm making chili.
It is chilly weather. Literally.
How about that booty, though? Look at the booty on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's curvy.
Nice
Those
junk
hella
in that
squats.
trunk. I don't see the... Okay, so this is kind of... This is like the color scheme I want. The black accents, the black top.
I take
only 100 and like
a red one or a sky blue one, like that little blue one down there on the left.
This one here?
Like, yeah, that little aqua. That's fucking...
This is beautiful.
That's dope. What a sex appeal.
Tell you what, if the podcast blows up, you at home, hit the like button, help us blow up.
Help us blow up so I can get
we
that
can get
bet.
2 of them and we can race them.
Yeah.
You get the blue one, I'll get the...
I'm casually driving. I'm an old man. I ain't racing shit.
Man, this could be you, me, and your better half. And I did promise my buddy Matt if I ever bought one of these, I'd let him drive it.
There we go.
So we'll get 4 of them.
We'll just like, I don't know. I'm happy with one. I'm good with one.
I'm gonna get 7 of them in 7 different colors.
Right.
And I'm gonna have a Dragon Ball on each one of the hoods, with all 7 stars. And when I gather them all together, the hose will show up.
the fire
The
hose,
fire hose, yep.
just to make it moist.
So moist. Oh, so here, this is nice. Like this is what the interior is like. The nice big display. Oof. Oh, I need that in my life. All right, everyone. That's just the tip. Oh, my camera froze.
I wonder how long ago your camera froze.
Pretty sure it was fine just a second ago.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe that's our signal to get the fuck up out of here.
All right, guys. This has been Just the Tip. I'm Monty.
I'm King Benjamin Cage.
Yeah. Remember, folks, stay moist.
Stay moist AF.
And you need merch, leave it in the comments. We'll put a link in for them. And also, I have a personal training company. I'll leave the link in for that. Check that out if you're trying to get in shape. All right, people. Love you. We're out.
Have a good one.
Now, if I can get this mouse over.
The mouse froze too. We gotta edit this part. We're noobs.
Such noobs. Come on.
Wiggle it just a little bit.
There
There
we
you go.
All right, now we're done.